The shared ambition for everyone working with children and young people in Norfolk is that Norfolk is a place where all children and young people can flourish. You can support this ambition by making a Flourish Pledge.
Making a pledge is simple. It means making at least one promise or commitment to something new that your organisation will seek to achieve over the next year to help children and young people in Norfolk to flourish.
We're the first setting in the UK to have babies classified as under 2-year-olds in an all-outdoor environment. We have a really, really wonderful community of children from 6 months old all the way through to 8 years old playing together in the woods. Forest School for Life pledged to offer at least 25% of our business to low-income or marginalised families. We wanted to be able to offer that to everybody. We wanted everybody to have the opportunity to get their children and their family involved in that. Further to our pledge, we said that we would offer free childcare for all employees in order to keep all those families together. Our pledge linked into working with families and working with community.
To make a pledge, we will not require lots of your time, and you will have support whenever you need it to help set up and measure the impact of your pledge over time.
At Norwich School of Hair and Beauty, we really like the opportunity to help young people, and that's where the pledge came in with Flourish. It's just perfect. When Flourish came to me and said, would you like to make a pledge? At first it was quite frightening because I thought, that sounds really serious, what's a pledge and all the rest of it. But it was really straightforward and really easy. Matthew took me through it step by step, like exactly what the pledge was and helped me put it together, which was basically helping young children in kids clubs and doing work experience. So last year, along with the pledge that we'd done, because it was the second year that we've done the pledge now, I decided to do kids clubs for teenagers.
The Flourish Pledge is an opportunity for you to get involved and help make the shared Flourish ambition a reality for children and young people in Norfolk.
The Matthew project looked at the outcomes, and we felt we did quite a good job working with our young people, but it really gave us a bit of a challenge to see what we could do better, and we kind of liked that. The actual pledge was to improve the links between our board of trustees and our young people. One of the things that we did was to use the Flourish outcomes as actually to start the conversation with young people as they prepared to meet with trustees for the first time. So we used the Flourish outcomes and we kind of designed a tree with all the things that they were going to be interested in, sort of attached to that tree. So when they meet the trustees, they felt they had plenty to say and they all got involved.
You will receive recognition for making your pledge, gaining the pledge certificate and badges for your communications. At the end of the process, your pledge will be celebrated and shared across our partnerships through the Flourish stories.
Well, Tarmac's been working in Norfolk now for over 10 years. Our pledge was pretty straightforward, really, pretty easy. It was building on something we're already doing, and that is sort of promoting our industry out in educational establishments and initiatives like Flourish. So it was just sort of adding to what we're already doing.
It was incredibly easy. It was, initially we found the link through a newsletter. We clicked on a link. I took interest in what is this Flourish Pledge, read more about it and really felt the urge to make our own commitment. We filled out the box on the website page. It was very straightforward. We clicked send and off it went. A couple of days later we received an email from the Flourish team acknowledging the fact that we put a pledge forward, and it was as simple as that.
At first I was a little bit conservative really about whether I had enough time as a business owner to be able to put the time and the effort into making the pledge, but Matthew at Flourish made it so easy and so simple. He really worked with me to get the pledge right, and it hardly took any time at all.
We wanted to do something really specific, so we talked back and forth a little bit about exactly how to word it, and I think we narrowed it down to make sure it was something that was really achievable and manageable in that time.
Pledge was very easy. There was no pressure put on us to do things that we weren't prepared to do, and it was done in a matter of days.
For us, the process was absolutely seamless. No sooner had we signed up, we were in. There was no pressure. It was literally, sign up, this is your requirements, and yeah, it's totally within our gift remit to deliver, and I think we have done that and some. There's no pressure to do so, but once you've done it, you own it and you deliver it.
Afterwards, we had contact from the team, we had a web link sent to us, we had a virtual meeting, and we discussed what it is we really meant in our words and how that could really benefit children and young people in the community. And together, in partnership, we moulded that into something that could be really smart in terms of measurable, and it was fantastic. It's not just children from lower income families, but those marginalised families overall, for them to be blending with other families from all sorts of walks of life, making memories together, going through shared experiences in the outdoors, learning life skills. What we do at Forest School for Life is all about community, and so those shared experiences, those shared memories are just incredibly powerful.
I feel like I strongly believe that you need to encourage young people in any industry because it's hard out there. We also put in some office work as well, so because not everything is about working with clients. So we get them to do marketing, we get them to take pictures and videos, so they have to do a TikTok at the end of their week with us, and they also have to write a blog, and then we publish that so they can actually see at the end of their week what they've done, all the different experiences that they've learnt, and also they've got some published work. Since then, we've managed to get funding from Big Active so that teenagers can come along for free and they have lots of different opportunities with us.
For young people, I think it helped them because it gave them quite a structured and sort of streamlined way which they could have those conversations. The benefit to the young people with using the Flourish Pledge was that they had this way of talking to a language with which they could get their message across to trustees. Trustees understood it, and because of that, trustees can make better decisions for the organisation based around a real understanding of what young people wanted.
The most important benefit we've had from it so far is that we've actually had a recruit come through the process, and he's now in post, so he's now working as part of Tarmac. We've got a second CV now we're currently reviewing, and we're identifying a position for that individual as well.
I think when we had those children in, it really opened their eyes on what we actually do. Once we've done that presentation, we then took them out onto site where they could actually see some of the excellent work that our skilled workforce do. I think the benefits are kind of almost priceless, and the reason I say that, I think in our industry, you've kind of arguably within reason got a job for life. You can come in as an apprentice, and we've got examples of that in our business. You can go all the way up to managing director level. I think we can kind of ratify that already, the fact that we've had someone since we linked in and done the pledge who is now employed with us, and in the new year we're looking to take some more individuals on work experience, and hopefully on the back of that we'll see some more people coming from the pledge programme into our industry employed by Tarmac.
Our pledge to Flourish was actually really closely linked into our mission statement. Obviously, we already had our mission statement and our vision for our organisation, but to be able to celebrate it so much more widely was really enticing. As an organisation, it gave us structure. It gave us structure, and it gave us yet something else to aim towards, something to work towards for that year. It also meant that year on year we were renewing our pledge and really reflecting on our year past, what we'd achieved, what we could do better for families in the community, and we incorporated all of that pledge within our feedback forms for our families so that collectively we could reflect on the good that we did and where we could improve next year.
Didn't realise when I first done the Flourish Pledge how beneficial it would be for my business. Actually, it's prompted me since doing the first year of doing the pledge. It really made me want to encompass the pledge into my natural business life. I really think that having the Flourish Pledge helped us get the funding because it gave us a bit more kudos, really.
The benefits to the organisation are really clear because what it encouraged us to do was to do something we've been meaning to do for a long time. It created links for the trustees, and it enabled us to start conversations both with our young people and our trustees. So this framework, it was the structure around which we could do that. The young people understood it, the trustees understood it, and they could really drill down and talk about specific things that affected young people.
Well, Tarmac's been working in Norfolk now for over 10 years. So when we were made aware of Flourish and the initiative of Flourish, it was a no-brainer really. And the construction industry for a number of years now has really struggled to attract young people into our sector. So to have that opportunity to tap in to the massive resource you've got within the Flourish programme was so easy, and to give people the opportunity, young people, the opportunity to start their careers, it was an opportunity we couldn't miss really.
It's about tapping into the next generation essentially. I guess for construction we do have an ageing workforce, and that skill set at some point will naturally retire. So if we can get in early, get anyone from any kind of background, that's something we're really interested in, and we've certainly kind of driven that when we heard about the pledge earlier in the year. Sign up, do it, especially in Norfolk, quite a unique location geographically. I think certainly we struggle to recruit, so I suspect if we do, other employers do. I think it's quite simple for us. I think it's that different set of eyes and that different diversity of thought that we don't normally maybe see from talent pools that we'd normally tap into.
Whilst you don't necessarily see the impact of that immediately, but longer term, that impact is going to hopefully positively reverberate for years to come. And I certainly think that if every new business made a Flourish Pledge, wow. I mean, it could be so incredibly impactful to Norfolk as a safe and healthy place to be. Together, if businesses had that common framework and that common vision for those positive outcomes for children, we might retain some of those skills within East Anglia, within Norfolk in particular. From my point of view, pledging a Flourish Pledge in the early years is potentially the most powerful pledge somebody can make.
I would recommend doing the pledge to anybody out there because it's quick, it's easy, and it's really beneficial.
I think it's really exciting, and the power of working together, we're stronger together, nothing to be scared of. If we can work together in Norfolk to support families from the very beginning, we can't go wrong, can we? We're very excited about putting our pledge forward for 2025.
We're so impressed with the programme that we're actually promoting it within our supply chain. So we've got two key supply chain partners who work for Tarmac, who are very keen on entering into the programme as well.
We're also kind of looking to really kind of push that to the next step now, and in the new year we're kind of working with Jamie to get some individuals in for work experience.
We really look forward to then going further, being able to represent the Flourish brand and the ethos, and really web it through everything that we do in our organisation. But working with the Flourish team has really empowered us as a senior management team really to take that deeper and embed it within our business planning, knowing that you're having this positive impact on children and young people and their families, and therefore your staff and the wider community. It's a really powerful and privileged place to be.
It really gave us a bit of a challenge to see what we could do better, and we kind of liked that.
The other thing it did is enabled us a language with which we could use when we were designing our services. When we were designing the new services, the new Unity and UCAN services that we deliver, that we had made sure we had addressed each of these things. And is something we probably would have done anyway, but you don't know. It forced us to do that. It encouraged us to look at each of those things individually and really focus on them.
Norfolk County Council.